stop being so stuck on the problem. It's really simple.
Yeah.
The way to overcome is to separate yourself from the problem. That's the thing that I was telling you, like, about being a victim and victim mentality.
Yeah.
Like, don't become a victim, because when you just as long as you continue to revel and meditate in this idea that you are subject to the problem, you are creating a victim mentality.
When you put yourself under the circumstance.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, let's be real. This isn't pie in the sky. Like, problems will get you down.
Literally every single person.
When you encounter a new problem, it's you have to overcome it, which is to say that it is above you. Yeah. But if you choose to revel in the problem and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm in trouble, you are a victim, self-defined.
Yes.
But if you choose to say, you know what, there is a solution, maybe I haven't found it yet, but there is a way above this.
Yeah.
You have, at that point, chosen to become someone who is more than a victim.
Yep.
You're not going to be a victim. You're going to be someone that's going to be, let's juxtapose being a victim to being a victor, which means you have the victory. You've overcome the situation. So I think the difference in being a victim and being a victor is, what do you do with the problem?
Because the problem, we all face problems. We are human beings. Every human being faces problems. So by that definition, we are all victims.
If you've got a problem where you've had a problem with, like, speaking or articulating yourself, like, if you just anger and frustration is not the solution. You are actually continuing to perpetuate victimhood mentality.
Yeah.
But if you just center yourself, breathe, separate yourself from that problem, it's just something that you're dealing with at the moment.
Yeah.
You have competencies and you have abilities in other areas.
Yeah.
So how do you find the ability to get around and above that problem, this articulation problem, communicating with others, social awkwardness, social anxiety? Something I used to deal with terribly. The social anxiety, to the point to where I would want to, like, if I just want to, like, totally like exit,
separate myself.
You know, I'm going to exit. I'm out of this.
Yeah.
Whereas now, like, I am super chill, super confident when it comes to conversation, talking with people.
Yeah.
And I don't mind being the center of attention.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a boastful or prideful way, but the point is you are what you are. And some people tend to gravitate to others more. So that being the case, how do you get out of, you know, the anxiety or the social anxiety and being a victim? I'm talking about any problem. We're just using this social situation as an example.
Yeah.
And it's stop being so stuck on the problem. It's really simple.
Yeah.
The way to overcome is to separate yourself from the problem. Yeah. And if you're thinking, well, that's not as simple as it sounds because the problem is everywhere I go, it's so hard, it's surrounding me, that's because you've created your identity as a victim. And so when you identify as being a victim, all you see is a problem.
That's it.
But if you identified it as being a victor, then you see the solution to the problem. It's, again, the saying is, to a hammer, everything is a nail.
Yeah.
So stop seeing yourself as the nail that's getting hammered by life. And begin to see yourself as the hammer that can take care of the nails.
Yeah. That can take care of the problems. I'm a hammer. Or, oh no, I'm about to get hit again.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the problem. Oh, this is the problem. Oh, this is the problem. No. Here's the problem. Here's the solution.
Whenever you come against a problem, just remember, hammer time. Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
Bro, that goes into identity, 100%. Because if you identify yourself as the victim, then you're the victim. That's who you are. But if you identify yourself as the victor, you're the victor.
I mean, and I know it sounds kind of cliche.
Yeah.
It's more simple said than done. But the fact of the matter is you have to begin and you have to choose.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you have to know that the way the mind works in relation to your life, this here is sort of the control room for your perspective, for your life experience, for your emotions, for your feelings.
Yeah.
So instead of seeing what you feel, I feel like a victim, as hard reality that cannot be changed, you just have to simply back up, go back to the control room, reorient the buttons and the levers and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And you'll find a new place and a new perspective.
Yeah, reorientate who you are, because if you're focusing on the problem, you're literally saying I am a victim.
Yeah.
And that is your identity. You're identifying yourself as a victim.
Yeah. And it's true.
Yeah.
You draw more to yourself of what you're focused on.
Yeah. Who you say you are is you're declaring your future. So
That's
if
good.
you say I'm a victim, then you are literally pulling your mind towards problems.
Yeah.
To focus on what's the next problem.
Yeah.
And that will never pull you out of any issues.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
Honestly, man, when I face a problem or when like something that I just feel like I haven't been used to this, I can't do this. I don't know anything about this and I feel completely useless. That's when I know that there is room for me to grow.
Yeah.
And for me to gain a new strength.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm like, okay, now I can actually learn something here.
Yeah.
See, learning, whenever there's a problem, there's always the opportunity to learn.
Yeah. So I identify as a student, as a learner.
Yeah, a student of life.
That's part of my identity. I'm not somebody who can't learn, so I'm not a victim of stupidity, right?
Yeah.
And there's so many things we victimize ourselves to.
Yeah. Stupidity,
lack
whatever.
of intelligence.
Yeah.
I'm not well coordinated. I can't articulate myself. These are things we're victims of.
No one would ever be attracted to me, you know, of the opposite sex.
Right.
Whatever.
Right. These are things we identify ourselves as. And we all have weaknesses, but that's the thing. If you have a weakness, you can either lay down to it and say, I'm a victim of not being good at this. Or, okay, what am I going to do about it? I'm a victor. I may have been not good at this, but let's go. Let's see what I can do.
Yeah. So
it's all about the mindset and all about your identity.
Yeah.
Who you identify as.
Yeah.
Yeah, for articulation, it's something I've struggled with a lot, but like not a lot, but you know,
it's been a constant. It's been a constant.
Yeah. So I think I've gotten better, a little better in doing like YouTube videos and stuff.
Yeah.
But in recording, I'm like, I want to say something. I have this thought and idea, and I'm like,
yeah. I think one way to learn a new ability and get out of your comfort zone, out of your shell, and out of the victimhood mentality is to assume. Assume a new position. Assumption is powerful. And I know we talk about it's not good to assume, but that's actually when it relates to things that you don't know about or that you really don't have any business dealing with.
Right.
And a lot of times that's with other people. Like, you know, stay in your own lane, get out of other people's business. Don't assume. But when it comes to yourself and things that you need to do and things that you need to learn, you need to assume a new ability. You need to assume a new position. What does it mean to assume? Well, assumption is also connected to consumption. So what you're consuming mentally will be what you will put out.
Yeah.
And so to assume means you're beginning to consume. You're beginning to take a new place because you're eating differently. You're eating on a different level.
Yeah.
And if you eat on a different level, then you're going to begin to act and think on a different level. And obviously when I say eat, I'm referring to, you know, your mind.
What you're consuming. Mentally. And that, again, goes back to identity. What are you assuming as your identity?
Yes.
What are you assuming you are?
Assume your positions You know, assume a new position, and soon enough you'll be out of the old position. There is no connection between soon and assume. But I just thought.
Assume you will be at a new position.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you decide who you are.